It's recording. All right.
Welcome to our podcast.
I'm Carl.
I'm Kylie.
This week we're going to be talking about
Have a fear of grass.
New TikTok. Our memories like blackout,
Reciprocal.
palm trees.
Saturday.
And none of it logistically makes sense.
Structures that have been unsolved.
Are you reaching the Earth's core?
Okay, cue the intro.
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
5.
I think 5.
Wow, you can count.
Yeah, guys, this is what we do in AP Calculus. We count on our fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count.
Not
Like a
gonna
smart
lie,
child.
I still do that. I still count on my fingers if I'm like unsure.
Really? I still can't tell the difference between left and right without putting my hands up to form an L. Because that was just like a first grade thing.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, the left hand forms an L and the right hand does nothing, and so that's how you know.
That is smart.
How's your week been?
Okay, I don't have that much homework, so I did
That's good.
all my homework last week, and so I didn't do anything. You know asynchronous that we're doing on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yeah, so asynchronous days are days where we don't have to go to Zoom, but we just have to do like our online assignments and stuff. So they just give us work that we do in class, but we can do it whenever we want.
What's worse is this is leading up to finals, it's important, and we're not going to class, so it's kind of scary because
That's true. Okay, so as of the day, we're actually recording this a week early because next week we want to study for finals because we're being so responsible. We're
thinking
trying to
ahead.
be good people.
good students is what we're trying to be.
So I know you guys clicked on this episode because it says Carl almost died. And Carl almost did die. Do you want to tell them the story?
I passed out or fainted or blacked out or whatever you want to call it. But what happened was I did not eat dinner the night before because I fell asleep, and then I didn't eat breakfast in the morning because I was in a rush to go to practice.
Yeah, and so Carl skates. She goes to ice rink to skate, super early morning at 4 o'clock, 5 a.m.?
Yeah, now I changed it to 6.
Oh, okay, but it's still pretty early, right? You wake up earlier than most people, and so Carl never gets sleep. Carl doesn't, I don't think you always text me at 3 a.m. and 5, and you are a vampire, you never sleep, you only nap.
Yeah.
And so Carl's very sleep deprived.
I am. It's so
Just
bad.
for some background information. And so when did you realize you were gonna faint?
Okay, so basically, I had my coach that day, and we were doing this exercise, and at first, the first time I did it, I was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad, I'm breathing. Oh, I have a mask on as well, so, obviously it restricts your breathing, and then we were doing this rigorous exercise, and I was like, it's not that bad, I am exhausted, but, this is normal, And then she said, do it again, and she, made me do it so many times, and then my chest started to, hurt, my heart started to hurt, and then,
It was being, squeezed.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I was leaning on the wall and I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying. I was like, yeah, I was nodding or whatever because I could not breathe at all. And then my ears started to get pressured because I couldn't hear anything. It's all muffly. And I tried yawning to make it pop, but it got worse.
On an airplane.
Yeah, but it got worse. It kept, clogging, and, I tried yawning, but, it just got worse. Then we switched to a different exercise, and that's when everything got blurry. I was like, why can't I not see? And so I didn't tell her, because I usually tell my coaches, oh, yeah, I'm just going to get water, because, and they'll be like, okay. I grabbed my water, and I tried to go to the bench, and then I fell, or, I passed out, because...
oh my gosh.
It was bad.
And then, okay, so you then went home, and then you texted me once you woke up, and you were like, hey, I passed out. And, you know, sometimes when people, like, fall asleep or they take a nap, they're just like, oh, I passed out. You know what I mean? Like, I just took a nap. So I thought you took a nap, so I was like, oh, haha, did you miss class or something? And you were like, no, like, I literally knocked out. Like, I was, like, blacked out on the floor. And I was like...
It was...
And the way Carl texted it to me, too, she was like, haha, I blacked out today.
It was so funny. What an experience. It was not a good experience. I also felt dizziness, and it was, like, bad. I can't go back ever again. It's so embarrassing. You know what they're going to call me? Passed out girl.
Oh, my God. I feel like that's just our sense of humor, though, because... we started laughing about it later. And then I told my mom, because my mom was like, who are you texting? You're, like, texting so much today. And I was like, oh, I'm just texting Carl because, like, she blacked out. And my mom was like, wait, what? You know that?
And Sophie's just like...
what you call that meme? Yeah. Anyway, so she was looking at me so strange. And she's like, why are you laughing? Like, you're literally, like, insane. Like, why are you laughing? That's not funny. And then I was like, oh, she told me. It's the way she told me that made it so funny. Like, and I was like, that's literally how she told it to me. And then later, you said you went to the doctor.
Well, we were going to go to this, like, regular doctor. And they said, oh, yeah, this passing out is not the case first. You have to go to the ER room. And I was like, why so serious? But we went to urgent care instead. Because we didn't want to, like, you know, make it so serious. But, like, we also didn't want to, like, dismiss it, you know, in case it was actually serious. And then... when I went to get tested, they said, oh, you have really, really high blood pressure for your age. Like, it's really, really high.
And she was having, like, heart attack symptoms.
Yeah. And they said they took an EKG, which, like, checks, like, my heart and stuff like that. And they said... it's nothing bad. It's just that one side of your heart is working harder than the other side. And
oh my god.
And so they're like, and we just like the high blood pressure thing is kind of sus. So we want to take blood tests, and they wanted to do it that day, and I was like, what? But then they said the lab was closed, so I didn't do it. I did it the next day. It was scary.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go? I remember you were getting it done, and then you were going to text me what was going on.
I
was like, no, I want to hear it on the podcast.
I had the puncture on my arm. It's still there. But what happened was I went there, and I told the lady, this is my first time. Like, I'm really scared. And I see, like, all these vials. I had to take 3 vials. And basically, my mom was telling me her experience. And she's like, it's not that bad. Like, don't worry. It's just, like, a pinch.
Oh, my gosh.
And the lady was like, oh, so, like, which arm do you want it? At first, I wanted her to do the left. But then, like, it was to, like, look away. So I was like, just do my right arm. And
my god.
She was conveniently on that side already, and I just did it.
So after she gets her blood drawn, she texts me and goes, I can't play Minecraft tonight because my arm, they did it on the wrong side of my arm. Like, these are her priorities. She's like, but, like, if I sleep in this way, then maybe my arm will be bent enough so I can reach them out. It's, like, literally so close to death, and was like, yeah, but, like, I can't play Minecraft, so, like, what's the point even?
I mean, you gotta get your priorities straight. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. We are building a house. Oh, should we update them on our Minecraft?
It's just the house. Like, we're really, it's mostly like, oh, we built the garage. I don't think we told them.
The garage.
The garage.
Yeah.
And in the garage, there's a car and a golf cart I was gifted by.
It took me so long to get the wood for your car.
Oh, yeah,
because I know you love the color teal, so I was going to get you a teal car. But then teal wood is only in the nether, and so I literally went to the nether 8 times, died each of those times to grab 2 pieces of wood.
And I went because you told me to go with you, so.
And the one time you went with me, we survived.
It's a nice car. I actually like it, but you can't actually drive it, which I'm sad.
I know, that sucks. Oh, right. So, wait, back to your fainting and your blackoutness. So, what do you have? What's, like, the update now? Because we haven't got all the test results back, but what's going on now?
Well, during the experience, actually, it was the way they do it, okay, the woman who did it is actually really nice, so appreciate to you. I don't know her name, but she was super nice about it. She's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so glad to be the first person to get your blood drawn. And she goes through it and she realizes, like, I'm like this. She has a thing to tie around my arm so that all the blood goes this way to kind of like. And then she touches your hand. She's like, oh, yeah, this is a good nerve. Like, this right here is juicy. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? And she's like, oh, yeah, I found a good one. I was like, don't tell me this right now. And
okay,
then,
you know we have to do this every year as an adult.
Yes. My mom told me.
Like, my mom and dad get it done, and I'm like,
it's scary.
we're literally gonna have to go to the doctors together and get our blood drawn together, and we can film the podcast while we're getting our blood drawn.
It's so bad.
It'll be our yearly tradition.
And she's like, and my mom goes, can I request for a butterfly needle? And she's like, yeah, I was going to get a butterfly needle. A butterfly needle is like way smaller than the needle she was gonna put in me. And then I was like,
okay, that's good though.
Yeah, and I was like,
but how does your mom know what kind of needle? She looked at the needle, she's like, that ain't no butterfly needle.
Oh no, she's done it before, like, because she's gotten her blood drawn, and she knows, like, she's like, yeah, just next time, like, request for a butterfly needle. And I was like, wait, they haven't done it yet? Are you joking?
You're like, I didn't even know there were other types of needles.
Same.
I thought they were all the same.
And she put it in me, and I felt it. Okay, it was like an uncomfortable pinch. Like, it was so uncomfortable. And then she made my hand go into a fist. And basically, in a fist, it makes your blood go.
Oh, it forces the blood go the other way.
And so many, like, the most uncomfortable. You just don't want to be in that situation. And basically, I was like, why is it taking so long? And my mom told me by the third vial, no blood was coming out. And so that's why the nurse told me, can you make a fist? Because she wanted me to force the blood to, like, go.
Okay, wait. We have to give them context. So Carl is a tiny human being. Literally as skinny as, like, 0.3 lead. Like, a stick, a twig, whatever you want to call. And how tall are you?
5 foot.
She's 5 foot. So a tiny human being is getting her blood drawn, and they're taking 3 vials. So it's like literally all of Carl's blood supply.
I'm 94 pounds.
So like without this blood, Carl's literally gonna die.
Actually,
yeah,
I need this blood.
but why do they need so much damn blood? Like 3 vials? That's like so much.
I think it's because they're using 3 of them for 3 different tests, you know? So, like, one to test this.
But you know that, like, ladybug test they give you when, like, you just go for your yearly checkup?
The ladybug?
The ladybug test. It's like a little prick on your finger, and they take, like, the smallest dot. Why do they need so much?
Samantha, basically, she said she was also diagnosed with, like, borderline anemia. But she was like, but I don't know why they needed so much of your blood, because all they did was prick my finger. And I was like, why couldn't they do that to me? So
because that's what they do every year for me, and then they can like figure out all my iron levels, everything from that.
But I'm anemic, guys. I have low iron deficiency.
Okay, I swear these places, I don't know why they need so much damn blood. They're probably taking that blood and like selling it on the black market. Who knows? Because think about how many patients they get a day. They're collecting a ton of blood, and that stuff's valuable.
They probably throw it away. Like, don't I need that blood? Okay, if you guys don't know, anemia is basically where you have like low iron in your blood, and you also have like less blood than a normal.
Iron deficiency.
Yeah, and you have like less blood than a normal person. Why are they taking so much out of me, huh? Like, don't I need that? Like,
you literally can't afford to take it out of you.
I'm going next week, so. So basically, I took a nap, and then it was like, what's it called? Daylight savings?
Yeah, daylight savings.
So, it's already getting really dark at 5 p.m., which is, like, weird. And so, I took a nap after school from, I think, 3 to 5 p.m., and then I woke up, and I thought I missed practice because of how late it was, and it was, like, so dark, and I was, like, and I literally got ready, and then I walked out, and it's 5 p.m., and I thought it was 5 a.m. That's just me being delusional. Oh, and then I undressed.
We all have those moments, though.
I like lose time. I undressed and I went back to sleep. So
Me and Carl, you guys know we are very similar. We've been friends for how many years now?
2?
Oh, actually not that long. It's been like 3 years. And we have slowly become one person. Like, we are too similar sometimes to the point where we'll be talking about something. We both won't know what a word means. And so we will both Google it without telling each other, screenshot, and send each other the exact same screenshot of the word.
Do you know what it is? We're both the same people, but in different fonts.
It's like the timing's not off. I think it's my screenshot that's loading in, but no, it's Carl's screenshot of the exact same thing I just screenshotted. And this has happened multiple times. It's happened like
funny.
2-3 times now.
And
we just like screenshot the same thing. So the other day I was tutoring. So I tutored the same physics class every single week. And so this was the one week where everyone wanted my help. So there were 9 kids in a breakout room, all like asking questions because they had test corrections and they wanted me to help them with it. And which I'm so glad to help them with because, you know, I want them to learn and stuff. But so they're all crowded in this breakout room, 9 kids. I've only really tutored one-on-one, and so this is a lot for me to take in. And so I'm pulling up the test on my iPad so that I can write using my pencil to show them, like, on my iPad.
But I like, you know how when you feel bad, so like, you know how when everybody gets like a lazy day, right? Like you will always go on TikTok or just like watch a bunch of shows, like get no work done. There are times where that happens and I like always beat myself down. I was like, dang it, if I wasn't on TikTok for like 1 hour, I could have actually finished this assignment, which like, I don't know how to say it anymore because I was like thinking because it doesn't make sense anymore.
No, okay, so we actually had talked about this the other day when we were playing Minecraft, because sometimes when we're playing, we just get into, like, super deep topics, and we were just talking about how, like, it's so hard, especially, for I think just teenagers and people in high school in general, is just, like, whenever you are not working, like, you're wasting your time. It's really hard because you take a break and you do these things, like you go on TikTok, you go on YouTube, you watch or have fun or go play with your dog or whatever. You do these things so that your mental health is okay. It's a good mental health break. But then at the same time, you also feel like you're wasting time, you know?
Yeah. And I also think, like, people beat themselves up a lot, like, especially me and you. Like, if we just don't do something productive, we might be like, oh, my gosh, like, we're not productive today. Like, this is so bad. Like, but then I realized, no, like, I needed it. If I did this, it's because I've been working a lot for the past couple of days. And so I should not regret, you know, feeling lazy because obviously you don't want to be too lazy. But if you know, like, you've worked hard enough, like, the previous days, like, you shouldn't, like, tell yourself, oh, like, I didn't deserve this. No, like, you do deserve it because you worked. And although you feel lazy, that's, like, your body's tired, you know? And so I think people shouldn't beat themselves up for giving themselves an actual break and then thinking, oh, they could have done more. Like, no. Like, you did the best you could. That break is
There's, like, a point where, like, if you don't take a break, you'll do worse because you'll be so mentally exhausted that you cannot do more, you know?
Yeah, like, great, you finished the assignment.
Yeah, and I think especially at our school is very competitive, very, like, if you're not taking 5 APs, then what's wrong with you? Like, it's very messed up in that way, and I think, especially at our school, people struggle with the idea, like, you do need to take care of your mental health, and you do need to take a break, and, like, you shouldn't beat yourself up just because you couldn't work 7 hours straight studying for a subject that you don't
have a
passion for.
It's so annoying because our school says, you know, take care of your mental health, but, like, here's also 7 other assignments that you need to get done.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
It's just like this endless cycle. where it's like they say to do all this, but like you have to draw the line of like, what am I going to sacrifice, or what can I sacrifice in order to get these results?
Yeah, like what's more important, like my grades or my health?
And like they have us working towards this huge end goal. It's like, oh, you're going to get into a great college if you take this many APs, or you're going to get a great college if you can score this high in the SAT. But like at the end of the day, is you have to make the choice. Is it worth sacrificing your happiness and like your well-being just to get into some fancy school? Or not even to get into a fancy school, just for a chance at a fancy school. Like at this point, you're literally begging these colleges to take you.
And it's not even a guarantee. Like what you're doing right now, like what we're doing right now, we don't even know if it's worth it. Like, am I actually going to get into, like, is this all worth it? Like, did this whole, because, you know, sometimes some people, like, work really hard and they get into their dream school, like, oh my gosh, like, congrats. Did you know?
But not every story ends like that.
Yeah. So, it's like, this is not even 100% guaranteed.
And I think it's really frustrating is, okay, I know I've known Carl for a while now, and I know that Carl is literally the hardest working person I know. You wake up so early in the morning to go to skating, you come home, you shower, you nap, you go to class, you study for so long at night. Like, you work literally the hardest of everyone I've seen. I've never seen anyone put more effort into school and more effort into your friendships and just to take care of the people around you. And like, it hurts so much, like when I see you so hard on yourself, you know, because you work so incredibly hard, and the system, like the education system right now, it just doesn't reward people for working hard. It rewards results, and everyone works at their own pace.
Yes. Oh my God, you couldn't have said any better. They always value results and not the hard work, and I think that's like so important because like we do different things, you know, like we do different things, but like the effort is there. We're two very different
subjects. Yeah,
but
I think that's why we're friends, because we have like the same mindset, you know.
But like we still do two different things, but like I feel like that's something like to take into account. Like you can see how if you like take example for like us two different students, we take different classes, like you take
completely different schedules,
but like we work the same amount, you know, and like we feel the same thing, like we feel stressed, and it's just it's like I don't know what to say about it, but like that's just something to point out.
And it's not necessarily, I guess it's not really the school or college's fault, really. It's just like society in general. Like there has to be a shift in like the mindset where it's like people value people who work hard. The results will come through hard work, because any kid can plug numbers into Mathway or some formula and like get whatever results. People can do that and they can do it fast. But if you work hard and you understand what you're doing and you care about what you're doing, you can achieve so much more, because now you can not only solve problems that already exist, but new problems that you don't have the answer to.
I have the lifespan of a goldfish, because I can't remember anything. I was just thinking about 3 seconds.
The memory of a goldfish, not the lifespan of a goldfish.
Yeah,
a goldfish only lasts 2 weeks.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Dude, Carl sounds like a fish name as well.
Wow, this actually turned into such a serious episode.
I know, we're just pouring our hearts out. Oh, I remember. Okay, I was thinking, do you ever feel like that, like classes there's like no class that's like perfect for you? Like this class will be too easy, but if you go to the higher, like it's too hard, but there's like no in between, right? Dude, I remember crying in math. That was traumatizing.
Oh, I definitely still cried, but I was able to see results because I was putting in a certain level of effort. And obviously it still helped because like for you it was a lot harder for you because you were taking other APs, you were taking...
Sophomore year is my worst year. I don't even want to think about that year. Like, sophomore year was so rough.
Well, for you, you had a lot to balance because you had so many hard classes.
Yeah.
That was really my only challenging class for me, and so...
And Spanish.
That's why I was able to... Yeah. So that's why I was able to focus so much energy on it, and, like, that's why I performed so well, because I was able to put my energy, because I didn't have to spread it out. Versus for you, you had to spread it out between like 4 really difficult classes and like
Yeah, it was.
try and balance them all, which is what we're currently both doing now.
Wait, talk about your dog.
He doesn't eat food. Like, okay, well, he eats food, but we have to spoon feed it to him or throw it on, or like put the pebbles on the ground and he'll eat it off the ground. Like, he doesn't like to eat it in the bowl. You have to put the pebbles on the ground and he'll eat each pebble on the floor.
A pebble? That is so small. A pebble
Yeah.
is so small.
I have to literally, we all have to stand in his little exercise pen and stand and like try and feed him, and like it's literally for me, my dad, my mom, and my brother crowded around him trying to feed him
He's like,
pebbles of food.
he's literally like, I just want privacy. And you guys are just watching me eat.
And we got him the most expensive brand of food too. Have you heard of Origin?
No,
It's like
it's
supposed to be like a top of the line dog food. Like everything's fresh cut. Like it's like crazy good. They don't freeze the fish. It's like such good quality. There's like vegetables. And so we got him like this bougie food because we were like, oh, we want him to be healthy, and he doesn't eat it.
What? Does he realize what you guys
He
are
literally
giving
peed
him?
in his food the other day.
Oh.
Like how disrespectful. Like he literally just took a dump on his food and water.
Okay, I'm looking at this famous, like, because you have a dog now. I'm looking at these, like, you know how this ad where there's like a dog and it's like bacon, or there's like this
Oh,
crazy.
bacon bits. No, not bacon bits.
But
Like
I don't know what it's called. I'm looking it up.
bacon bits. Bacon bits?
Bacon strips or something.
Bacon strips. Okay.
Yeah. Do you feed your dog that? I feel like that's unhealthy. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. We got him like some sort of bacon bone, but he doesn't eat like bacon strips.
You know, some people make their dogs go vegan.
What? It's a dog.
Yeah. Okay, what I think is, I think the person, like you as a human, can go vegan, yes, but your dog,
Yeah.
no. Like,
I
don't
mean,
do
I
that to your
think-
dog.
I don't know if the dog will like that, but I think it's possible. Like the dog will live. Will the dog be happy?
Yeah, and like, I mean, the dog is a natural, I don't know the word, carnivore? Like, I forgot the word. Like, they will
Yeah.
feed, they need meat.
Carnivore.
And I've seen some, like, vegan owners who also, like, stand up against this. They're like, yes, we are vegan, but we also have dogs, and we feed them meat because dogs
That's
naturally
what
need
dogs
meat.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad.
I think we're
Okay.
done.
Thank you guys for watching.
End of episode. This is very abrupt. I'm sorry. We never know how to end the episode nor
Same.
start the episode, so we kind of just talk until like we're like, oop, my memory's about to run out. So, yeah.
Bye, guys.